Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and in this one I'm creating two pages, one of which is a transparency tip-in, and I'm using a prepared collage background for the whole background on one of the pages. So you can see I've added some double-sided tape and some glue stick. So this collage piece of paper here, basically, I think it was one I created using lots of my collage papers from Funky Fossil. Just, you know, when you get lots of little odds and ends left over, it's a great way to use them up just to make these kind of collage sheets. And then they're lovely for cutting up. You can use them for backgrounds for all sorts of things. You can use them as pages in journals. So many possibilities. So I decided I was just going to stick this one straight in. So I'm also using a brayer just to really press it down and get it in place properly. So then my tip-in is going to be a piece of transparency. And so I need to cut that to size. I'm just noticing I did go and stick a few more little pieces in. I think I wanted to add a little bit more rainbow brightness to this background, so just adding a couple of strips in. Of course, this is something that you can do. You know, you can, once you've made your background and stuck it in, you can then go and add more things to it. So yeah, piece of transparency. If you haven't got Dina's transparencies, you can get packets of transparencies like overhead projector transparencies, really not very expensive, off Amazon. They work just as well. Just be careful because most of them are not heat proof, so if you add too much heat to them they will buckle, so you do need to be a little bit careful. So I've just cut this to size, so it's the same size as my background, and then I'm going to stick it in. So I often use washi tape to do this, and I had a comment on one of my videos saying that's just ridiculous. I would never use washi tape. It doesn't work. It does. What I often do in a situation like this is I held the transparency in place and I went down with a piece of double-sided tape overlapping the transparency and the book. Then stick your washi tape over the top of it. It works an absolute treat. And the washi tape doesn't come off. And although saying that, I've never had a problem with washi tape coming loose anyway. So I think, you know, horses for courses, it, whatever. If it's not what you like to do, then, you know, you do what you do. But I found that this technique of just adding a little bit of double-sided tape before you put your washi tape down can just make all the difference. So I've put some front and back on the transparency, and I chose this nice black and white dotty one. I think it's just one that I found on Etsy. Wasn't very expensive. It works quite nicely because there's lots of white in the background and little bits of black as well, so it's not detracting from the background behind. Next, I'm going to do a bit of masking, and I'm using this mask from the Things That Grow mask and stencil set from Dina Wakley, and I'm using Night. The reason I've chosen Night is because it's a little bit of a softer, dark colour than black, and it works quite nicely with the tones that are on the page behind too. So you see, I don't always use black. I know I'm always giving lots of you like panics when I get the black gesso out. This is an occasion where I haven't. See, I can do it. I don't always use black. So I'm just pulling that masking all the way down to the bottom of the page. And what I really like about this is that I could just have masked straight on to the background behind, but then I would have lost loads of that lovely colour. Doing this, having that transparency over the top, you get the effect of having masked over your background, but when you move the transparency tip-in page, you've still got all those lovely colours behind that you can see. And a lot of you will know that if you add tip-ins to your journals, it can make them really chunky, and it can sometimes strain the spine on your journal. Of course, transparencies are quite thin, not as thick as the original pages in the craft journal. So adding transparency tip-ins, it won't be as detrimental to the spine on your journal, won't make it as chunky as it would do if you were tipping in extra craft pages or other substrates. So there's just lots of positives really for using transparencies. And when you're doing something like this, a technique like this, you're kind of just using it as you would your normal page. Now obviously it takes a little bit longer to dry, and so you do have to be a little bit patient, but it's definitely something that is worth experimenting with. So this is a text stamp. It's a newish one that I've got hold of. It's a Stampers Anonymous one from Tim Holtz called Ledger Script. I'm just using a bit of white paint on that and then stamping part of the stencil on there. I did clean the stamp, sorry, part of the stamp. I did clean it really well after. And then I thought I would outline the botanical shapes that are on there. Started off with a Signo Uniball, and actually that was just scratching at the paint. So Posca pen came out, and a look at that, works like a dream. That worked brilliantly. So often the Signo Uniball is my go-to when it comes to using a white pen. But in this situation, it really wasn't having any of it. It didn't want to do it. So the Posca pen was definitely the right thing to do. And you can see just adding that white outline, it really pops that image off the page. It just gives it a little bit more definition. And I'm loving the fact that I can see those colours behind. And I know that I haven't disappeared all those lovely different pieces of collage paper from the page behind. So next I'm just adding a few marks in a neon pink Posca pen. This is just for a little pop of colour on that night paint that's on the background. It just kind of lifts it, adds a bit of brightness as well. And just because it's a nice thing to do, to add a little pop of a brighter colour. So using the Posca pen just to kind of dictate the shape and size of those marks really. And then I've grabbed my alphabet stamp set, which is on my website, and at the moment it has got a discount. If you are a subscriber to my website, you can get a discount code to get a little bit of money off this alphabet set. And I'm going to be stamping this onto a piece of tracing paper. So again, the reason I've chosen tracing paper is because I don't want to disappear my background. I really like it. I love all the colours, the patterns, the shapes. So you could also use collage tissue paper, but I did want something that was a little bit more translucent than that. So tracing paper was my choice for this. I'm stamping my words out, then I'm going to cut them out and stick them onto the page. So I will still be able to see some of the colours behind them, but where the words are, it'll be a little bit more, yeah, the colours will be a bit more translucent than they are on the rest of the page, but they'll still be visible. So you might be thinking, this is no good because the letters are disappearing into the background, and they are at the moment. Yeah, I agree. But once I've got them stuck down, then just by adding a simple outline around the edge of them, it just helps them to be more prominent on the page, and makes them stand out a bit better. And I love the fact as well that that transparency on the page that's closed and now I've flipped back, you know, when there's another page on the other side, you'll be able to peep that through there as well. So yeah, I think I might be doing many more of these sort of type of pages. Really, I really like how it's worked. So here comes the outline on those words, and just watch how they do become more obvious. It's a great way to just draw more attention to something, is adding a little line around it. I'm doing a couple of kind of sketchy loose lines. I like how that looks. It's kind of artsy, but in an intentional way. It's cool. All right, so this was a really, really fun page to create. Obviously, I haven't shown you creating how I made the collage background. Is as simple as just grabbing your scraps of paper and sticking them down, without thinking about it too much, just going for it. So definitely, if that's not something you've tried doing, give it a go, because I think you'll get a bit hooked on it, and you'll find that you've created lots and lots of collage fodder as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Maybe it'll inspire you to add some transparency tip-ins to your journal pages, and maybe you'll create some collage backgrounds as well. It's lots of fun. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.